March 3rd, 2025, here in Janesville. I'm heading to Aurora, Illinois, on a whim. Gonna do my cash deposit in Illinois, and I decided to switch it up since I've gone to a lot of these places multiple times. And I think there is a mall in Aurora, so we're going to go about an hour and a half south to Aurora, Illinois, home of Wayne Campbell of Wayne's World and Garth Algar, right? But anyway, I'm not going there for the Wayne's World stuff. Just going out, having a little adventure. I got 2 days off in a row. I've got to do some stuff today. I said, let's do another mall walking. March 3rd, 2025. Here we go. Check out this place. I'm on my way to Aurora, Illinois. But I just was going to stop at this little smoke store here and see if they got some 708, which I'm addicted to, unfortunately. It actually works on paint, but this is a very metaphysical stop here. I was really drawn to this one. So let's go check it out. Well, never mind. I'm not going to go in there. The smoke shop was closed, and I don't feel like looking at crystals and talking metaphysical stuff right now. Let's keep going. Okay, so I just bought a whole bunch of 7-OH, which is a kratom alkaloid, very addictive opioid product here at the Sky Smoke Shop in Warrenville, Illinois. I'm still headed to Aurora. But I was able to, these Indian places, these guys that are Indians that own these places, they'll negotiate with you. So it's like, if you come in and you lowball them, you'll get a good deal. I got a good deal on all that, bro. So anyway, let's go to the mall. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me get this window up. We are in Aurora. Inside here. There you go. We are in Aurora. We, the royal we, the I, which is me. I am in Aurora, Illinois, going to the Fox Valley Mall. And it's hard to tell which this is the lane. Okay. It is 45 degrees on this this third day of March. I thought this area was going to be ghetto, but it's not too bad. It's the west side of Chicago, right? Or, I guess it's not Chicago, it's Aurora, but they always say the west side of Chicago is bad, but this is a nice area. We'll see what this mall has to offer. And we'll see. There's the sign right there. I should have been zoomed in on that. Fox Valley Mall. It's 50 years. It's opened in 1975. Lots of construction. How would you like to have an apartment? Live near the mall. Mall walking's good in places where it snows. You can't walk too far because it's so snowy and windy and cold. Fox Valley Mall. Round one has entered the chat. That is marking the new Fox Valley. Look at that. This mall is almost like an entrance to a hospital here or something. This is interesting. I'm liking it. There's the Brinks truck. The Fox Valley Mall. Okay, this is, I'm glad I came here. I meant to bring my money. I forgot to bring $1,000 in cash to deposit. See if I can find a spot. This might be the entirety of the people here. Oh, am I getting? Oh, that's just for future resident parking only. Might as well take this one here. All right. I'm excited about this. Cool. Mall walking, mall walking, mall walking, mall walking. All right, time to go. Fox Valley, Aurora, Illinois, March 3rd, 2025. 50 years of this mall. Join me, shall you? A quick Wikipedia entry examination. This is again on a whim. Most of these mall walkings are on a whim. I don't plan. I used to plan a little bit at the end of that travel job when I knew I was going to go a place and I wanted to maximize the mall walking possibilities. But now that I'm not doing that job and I'm just traveling through the Midwest on a whim, this is what happens. So I'm liking the energy here in Aurora. Fox Valley Mall. Look at the cute fox. Look at him. Mall walking at the Fox Valley. Mall walking at the Fox Valley. Maybe we'll see some real foxes in here. And yeah, it is almost a year to the day since the breakup. And I know that was a theme which I've kind of dropped because I was dating another girl who was way better. And I'm still kind of shell-shocked from that. But here we are. It's a nice day. It's like 45 degrees. I'm not going in round one though. And there were two foxes right there actually that just went by. But let's go. All right. All right. That money, the Brinks guy probably didn't like it that I'm like out here doing video, but it is what it is. I like this mall. It's spacious. Look at the round one. I don't know if ultra wide or I feel like ultra wide is the best for these mall walkings. Oh yeah. Okay, it's at least a 2-story mall. Hopefully we won't have any issues. It's a nice mall. I love the floor. It's like a basketball. It's like a hardwood basketball floor. This is great. I'm loving this. That's a great shot right there. Wow. Yeah, this mall is 50 years old. Mall walking, mall walking. Oh boy. But you can see the wear and tear though. I like that though. It gives it character. But it is pretty dead. But it's really nice though. And it is a Monday early afternoon. So it's not like it's the busiest day of the week. But yeah, update. It's been almost a year to the day. I've already had another relationship. Still, that bell's still ringing for me. Not as bad. I am completely bankrupt in terms of energy, time, to relationships. Not financially. I just don't want to get in that ring again. And I'm thoroughly cooked in a good way. I learned a lot. And the last one, I'm glad to say it was exceptional. I've never laughed harder. So if you're watching, good job. It's hard to make me laugh. We went from, it was an Instagram follower who I was deactivating Instagram, and they found me, DM'd me on that last day when I deactivated for months. And I deactivated because Instagram took away my ability to live stream because of one of my lives. But I met this girl, we started talking. This is when I was still traveling. And I would go to LA a lot. And I mean, we would talk 12 hours every day. We talked in the beginning hours upon hours, 3 a.m. And I've never laughed harder. So as much, and then for months, I visited her twice. It was amazing. One of the most amazing experiences of my life. Electric. So I'm glad to step out of the game on a high note. And that's the other thing. It has to reach, you got to be that exceptional for me to want to even care anymore. But yeah. Tug-a-rug. I guess you're making yarn stuff. That's cool. But I'm in a good spot in terms of that stuff. Because now I'm in that space where I don't care again. I don't care who's watching, what they think. I'm not trying to impress anybody, which is how you should always be. But when you're dating somebody or you're wanting somebody's approval, sometimes you won't put out your true authentic stuff because you're worried about judgment, or you know they may or may not like that, and you don't want to you know, cause somebody to be upset with you. But yeah, going forward, it's balls to the walls. Just keep it real. So I'm not interested. If the hottest girl that ever existed with the best personality of all time came walking into my life right now, I would not be interested at all. This is cool. I just don't care anymore. I've had enough. I'm going into Tesla mode, monk mode. This is look at the train. That's cool. Right on cue. There's some kids on the back there. I bet you the train's gonna come in here. I better get out of here. I bet you the train's coming here. I'm gonna go down. Actually, I'm gonna stay in the... Okay, he's going that way. We're good. I thought he was gonna trap me in here. But yeah, this mall's been super chill. This is a really spacious mall. I'm using the wide angle lens and I got tons and tons and tons of room. Yeah, but like I said, the most exceptional woman that ever existed could go into my life and I have just no interest at this point. I've been that cooked. You know, I'm not proud of it or anything. It's just, this is how I've been feeling. Look at that fox. I love it. There's the train. So yeah, this is I think it was bought out by Westfield. We went to their malls in Seattle. It's not what's the Simon Mall? Here comes the train. All right, now the train's gone. Well, that was a nice addition to the video, the train. But yeah, I've been super red pilled over the last year. I have had 2 exceptional breakups, so the girl out of LA, phenomenal. We had an awesome time, and in the middle of January, she just basically ended it and just started ghosting, and I respect that. I don't know why, I don't know what happened, but it happened. And also, when you're so open and you're so giving, that is, it's counterintuitive. You don't want to be like, the more I give and the more I'm there and the more I put out in a good way, the less attractive I become. And that's just the way it is. It's like some illogical, counterintuitive thing. This is a beautiful mall. Love this. But I've been red-pilled super hard. And I'm just done. And I also have had an STD test, clean as a whistle, which I expected. But it's nice to have confirmation. So I'm just done. And the next person, so everybody that knows, every woman I've been with, if you got something, it ain't from me. I brought some tea for my cotton mouth, which I'm experiencing right now. But let me put the phone down for a second. But yeah, great mall. This might be one of my favorite malls. But yeah, I'm good on women right now. And that's been my problem my whole life, is I finally learned to just attract and not chase. Not that I chased these last ones. They just, these past few years have fallen into my lap, meaning I've attracted them. I haven't chased in a while. Chasing is something you do not want to do. Do not chase, attract. So that's been my philosophy for a while. And you, like a magnet, I attract all kinds of crazy shit. Like when I was living at the Float Center and I was really into the twin flame stuff, I was like super into it, researching it. Because I was having a profound experience with somebody I thought was a twin flame. And who knows, that may be true. Ultimately, I came to the conclusion that it was metaphysical gobbledygook, that, it's totally subjective and the definitions are loose and You know, it was not grounded in any kind of repeatable, observable, understandable reality. But I was convinced for a while there, and I was really in that realm, and I started attracting so many people, and one of them became a stalker because they'd come to the float center and they start opening up to me because I don't judge people. And when you're in a space of loving oneness and non-judgment, a lot of people aren't listened to at all by anybody around them, and they live in a mirrored world of judgment. But when they find somebody that has unconditional love, and more importantly, they're not judging, right? So people, when they enter into my presence, they feel the need to dump because they found a listener, and I'm a grade A listener. I've learned that's the secret, right? Because the universe is always speaking if you know how to listen. So people like to dump on me, and I'm fine with it. I'm used to it, and I operate as almost at the float center. I was definitely like a therapist to people. So I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, it was twin flame stuff. So metaphysical gobbledygook ultimately. Look at this beautiful mall. But yeah, the soul flame, the twin flame, the soulmate crap. I'm like, yeah, this is just metaphysical gobbledygook, but I was attracting the craziest people, stalkers, and people whose mind were blown just for the fact that I had a term for what they were going through, their experienced reality. A lot of the people that were having that issue, they didn't understand what it was, but I had a lot that did. But it was ultimately something I dropped as a maybe, what if, bro, thing. That looks good. Mint chocolate chip, banana cheesecake. So yeah, once I dropped it, all the people that were metaphysically in that same energy field dropped out of it. But yeah, I'm out here mall walking and trying to figure out what the next move is. Should I go back to Florida or should I stay here? I'm not going to open a float center in the Midwest, which was one of my goals when I moved here. It's just a bad economy for that. It's just not a good time. And I had an opportunity to buy an awesome one that didn't need, relatively speaking, too much of an investment. But ultimately, as you know, if you watch the video, I passed on it. So I still sometimes regret it, but I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I may go to Florida, who knows? That's why I'm here today, exploring Aurora, because I may never have the opportunity to be in the Midwest like this again and have this much freedom and time. Not that this is the best thing to do with it. But I was also feeling today like I'm addicted, unfortunately, to these 7-0H things. I don't know if I've done a full lap yet. But now, yeah, I'm addicted to 7-0H, which is a kratom alkaloid. It's basically legal morphine. Look at this. Tell your dad I said hi. But it's basically legal morphine that you can buy in head shops. Where Buddy, I just made a deal with Buddy at the place I just went. I was wheeling and dealing. That's the good thing about the head shops is, if it's an Indian guy, Buddy, tell me the price I can meet you at. What I do is I say, and usually it's the truth, I'm like, no, I find them cheaper where I'm from, which is, like a half hour down the street, depending on where I'm at. And Buddy, how much is it? I price match. So I got a good deal on my legal morphine back there. But I discovered it in Utah, of all places. And as of the recording of this video, I have not posted my Utah trip. But that's where I discovered this 7-0H stuff. It's not legal everywhere. I cannot get it in Wisconsin. Wisconsin does not have legal weed, but they do have like THCA, stuff like that. Wisconsin's not super bad like a place like Idaho. Idaho is super fucking bad. You can't get anything. I don't even think you can get CBD in Idaho. When I was in Idaho, I drove to Portland or Oregon, whatever. I drove somewhere in the Pacific Northwest that was next to Idaho to get weed. And now I need to go down because I've seen all this now. I think I've seen it all on this floor. We know we've seen that. This is where we came in. So it's time to go down. And I'm thinking there's going to be a long version, the full version, and then there's going to be the short version for YouTube. And I don't think the YouTube version is going to have the 7-0H story, which I'm about to get into. But yeah, it's like legal morphine. And you go to the head shops and you can buy it. You're getting like 6 pills for like $40. Depending on your tolerance level, those 6 pills can last a day, or they can last, I don't know, a month, depending on your use. But like every other drug like that, you're chasing the dragon. And if you actually want to get high, you have to keep taking more and more. So if you're not smart, you can very quickly end up with a sky-high tolerance and an inability to keep up with that tolerance level, where once you step off the gas, you're going to be in pain because your body's going to be withdrawing from what you've been doing to it. And I was hoping to get an elevator to myself, so I'll just wait and catch the next one here. Or maybe I'll just do stairs. I want to get the elevator though. Like, it's annoying. Let's go. All right, now that she's not here, let's see if we can catch the other one. This is a good part. There's a whole like YouTube communities dedicated to escalator and elevator. Like they'll go to some old store and they're like, this is the elevator that was built in 1906 and it was by this company and the whole thing. But yeah, you're gonna get a sky-high tolerance level, and then you're not gonna have money, or the store will run out, or you'll run out, or you won't be able to get to the store, and then you're gonna be fiending like a motherfucker for 7-0H. All right, we got an elevator to ourselves. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. I don't know what FC means, lower level. So I'm not into it too deep, but when I do pull off the gas, I am addicted 100%. Like I can feel it, it hurts. Classic opiate withdrawal symptoms. So what I'm trying to do is slowly taper down so it's not as brutal of quitting cold turkey on this stuff is like quitting heroin cold turkey basically. I'm trying to avoid as many people as possible. Gamers World. There are some vacancies here. There weren't as many vacancies. I don't know if there's any vacancies on the top floor, but there are definitely some vacancies down here. And so yeah, don't get into 7-0H. It's nasty stuff. It does work though. I mean, you will not feel pain, and it does have benefit to it, right? It does have a very limited benefit. I'm gonna get out of this area because this is like the children. Look at this store, Funky Breeze. That's cool. I try to avoid the kids stuff. It's already bad enough that I'm walking around recording. But anyway, don't get into 7-0H, kids. It's not the cheapest substance in the world either. It's not legal everywhere. And who knows how long it will be legal. Like, God forbid, you get into a substance and they pull it off the market. And then you get to, that space where you might be going, into the black market, into the underworld to maintain your opiate. But I'm doing good though. I've been down these roads before of like being on extremely addictive drugs and being able to step off the gas. I've been extremely lucky and being conscious enough to do that. But yeah, I'm spending too much money on it, and it is serving its purpose though. I perform spectacularly every day through extreme pain, and that's something that a lot of people don't know about me, is I defeated it for a while, but I have a pain lifestyle again. But one of the reasons I discovered floating was I've been in so many car accidents, and as a tall guy, like I lived in Japan, and a lot of the doorways were not clearable by somebody 6'5". So sometimes I would just straight up at full speed walk into a doorway with my forehead. I've got a very thick forehead. I've sustained a ton of trauma. I've been in a ton of car accidents where I should be dead. If I was a cat with 9 lives, I'd probably have about 2 left. I'm talking about shit where I should be decapitated. I've been hit by a car on a bicycle. I've been through it physically. My pain is a physical pain existence. My pain has nothing to do with the fear of God or existential crisis stuff, or I'm good there. Spiritually I'm good, and mentally I have transcended the pain before, but so what happened was I discovered floating through the pain lifestyle, and it works. It's spectacular. You feel better, and if it's not a chronic issue, it can usually just make it go away. But I discovered floating because I was having chronic pain, and it alleviated it, and it just became my life of 3 or 4 times a week I'm going to float. I had a membership and everything else. A pain lifestyle. And I was seeking all kinds of ways. I was doing the spiritual thing of asking questions of why do I have this pain and how do I get rid of it? And I found all kinds of things like the Atlas orthogonal stuff that really put my neck back in alignment. But my dad dies, and I move out of the float center, and next thing I know, I'm taking care of my mom and running an estate and doing all kinds of things that I hadn't done before. I don't have access to the float tank anymore. I meet this girl online. I move to Wisconsin. I get here and I get injured a ton of times. A lot with that job, because I was moving 1,000-pound pallets in and out of big buildings, sometimes like skyscrapers in New York City, like 50, 60 stories, 1,000-pound pallets up and through a building, usually a tech company. So I've had all kinds of issues with neck and back problems there, I'm talking about millions of dollars of Apple product, pallets and pallets and pallets on big trucks, moving that stuff across the country every week, a new place. And then I started to get into yoga. I spent money, hired a private teacher. I sit down at the beginning and I'm like, she's like, what are the goals? I'm like, well, I'd like to ultimately do a cartwheel down the street. And I think she really meant that. I don't think she understood the joke, because 3 classes later, she's trying to get me to do headstand. And I just wasn't in the space where I could do that at the level she was thinking I could do it. And I fell on my neck and cracked. It was a huge crack. And I was quitting weed at that point. The ex in March. This is like about almost a year ago, because after that breakup in March, I started to get into more self-care stuff. I said, let me pay for private yoga lessons. Well, this fucking woman, I'm not blaming her. I should have known better. I should have known my limits, but it's been really bad since I've spiraled downward since April of last year, between being broken up with, between not having a social life here in Wisconsin, Illinois, the float center not working out, the other relationship ending. It's just been 2024 was hard on so many levels, but I never lost the faith. And I'm still dealing with the chronic pain, but now I've got the fucking weed addiction. Now I've got this 7-OH addiction. So I'm trying to figure out which addiction I need to peel off first. Should I peel off the 7-OH? and keep the weed as the crutch, or should I quit the weed and keep the 708 as a crutch? I'm thinking it's weed, but we'll see. But yeah, that's the story, guys. I haven't been showing myself as much because I haven't been feeling myself. I don't like the way I look, and I don't look too bad. I mean, everything's in order here. Most people at my age would kill to have all that I have physically, as much as it's in pain. But yeah, I would create so much more content if I wasn't in chronic pain all the time, or incapacitated from taking medicine that, makes life doable most of the time. That's what people don't understand about me. I am a lot of times in extreme pain and having to hide it. Which is why I'm like always, not smiling, and because on the inside I'm actually in a lot of pain physically. And I mean, it's not as bad some days, but some days it's like breaks the meter in the pain level. Like right now, my pain's about a 7. 10 is like incapacitation, but 7 I can walk around with the weed. I'm doable, but I've been seeing the degradation over the past 6 months since this breakup and getting into the 708, losing that. I mean, not losing the job, but having to quit the job because the treatment was so bad. And they were like doing what my ex did, which was, I've realized that women will, because I've done this before, where you will sabotage the relationship so the other person will break up with you. You will slowly increase the heat on the person. You will slowly do things to piss them off. And I think that's what my ex did to me in the end, which was slowly turn up the heat and annoy me and not be available, you know what I mean? And I told her the day before we broke up, I'm like, or maybe it was the day, I don't know what her timeline was, because I was on the road in Idaho. But I don't know. I don't even know what I was just talking about. Oh yeah, I was talking about the heat being increased, right? Like the pressure and the change in attitude, the lack of care, the disregard, the disrespect. I've had that happen before, and I've done that myself, which was fuck up in a way where the person does the heavy lifting of breaking up with you. You're not the bad guy breaking up with them. They don't want to be with you anymore because for whatever reason you've aggravated them, you pissed them off, you betrayed them. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened to me. And so I changed it now, and I realized that the company that I was working for, they were doing that to me as well. The reason I quit that job was the original management that hired me, that loved me, they quit. And that caused a chain reaction that caused almost all the people in my department to quit. I stayed with the company. I was loyal. And I never got, after a year, I sat down, after a year of traveling, overextending myself, getting the job done, never having any mistakes at all. No accidents, no mistakes. Everything got to where it needed to go. Millions of dollars of product moved across the country. After a year of that, and fighting for it for months to have a conversation about it, because the management would always pass the buck to the other person. Nobody wanted. I was very confrontational, and a lot of these people here are not confrontational at all. Wisconsinites, in my opinion, I know I'm in Illinois now, but I'm living in Chicago, or I'm living in Illinois. I can't even speak. I'm in so much pain, by the way. Living in Wisconsin, Janesville. The people are pushovers. They're naive. They're super nice. But yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on. So I had to quit that job because after a year of really trying to get a sit down, not the whole year, but after everybody quit, after staying with the company, after being loyal, after sacrificing my mind, body, and soul for these people, and not having any issues, not fucking up at all, they just sit me down at a yearly review with a bunch of people too, because they realized the one manager, I had the one woman crying. And not because I was being mean or anything, but because the things I was telling her and the way I was telling her, like she'd never experienced such straightforward confrontation in terms of like somebody being upset. Because usually people are upset, they just quit. Like, not too many people like confrontation, and not too many people like confrontation are able to express it in a way that I am. So once I had this woman crying, and this is a woman, like, first of all, I don't want to be led by a woman. Second of all, I don't want to be led by a woman that I feel is unfit to lead. And not only on the level of like being a manager and understanding how to like manage your talent, but she was just like half my size and double my weight, and just like an unhealthy, like weak person. And I get it, like the universe is putting these characters, and I get too, like that's the other thing I realized, like I'm in Groundhog Day for real. Like, and I have to be nice to get out of here. Like I have to stop judging these fucking people as like naive Hicksville, USA. That's another story that I've also realized, like, okay, I was just at the Groundhog Day set. I was literally in the movie. And what was the moral of that movie? What was that all about? Oh, he's reliving that shit over and over again until he gets it right. Until he's a nice person and kind and giving and compassionate, etc., and so on and so forth. So that's why I quit that job. And also I think they were pushing me out because they wanted to institute a new way of doing things. And okay, so I get paid to fly across the country. The flight's paid for, the hotel's paid for. I get a per diem. That's a lot of money. And I go and I get sent somewhere and I'll go pick up, I don't know, $100,000 to a couple of $1 million worth of Apple products, like pallets and pallets of used Apple products. I would send across back to Wisconsin, where they'd be refurbished and either recycled or resold. That's what I would do. And they realized that dealing with me was too much, and they didn't even want to give me a raise at $20 an hour. The woman that had been there for 8 years, which was the woman who trained me, this woman was the real diamond asset. This is the name of the company, by the way. But this woman, 8 years, and she was like at $23 an hour. 8 years, and this woman has moved probably $1 billion worth of product across the country. Fucking let go. So they let go of their number one and number two. They let me go. I was like in a number two. And I was at one point, just by showing up and being loyal and getting the job done, I was like moving through the ranks by just showing up. But at the end, I had to fight for it. And maybe I should have done the Dallas thing, which is to just kind of do nothing and chill and go with the flow. But at what point do you realize, what point is enough is enough? Like, are you supposed to abide it completely until the end, until your annihilation? Or at some point, are you supposed to, navigate and move? So I strategized that as much as I could. And that's what happened. I was hoping to get $25 an hour. I was at $20 an hour. I was hoping for $25 an hour. They didn't give me $1. So here comes the guard here. I know she's not coming this way. But that's what happened. So since the middle of December, I think, and I almost made it to Premier 1K. I was at platinum status with United. But I was about 2,000 miles away, 2 trips away probably, from getting to that next level. But ultimately it didn't matter because I'm not flying this year as much as I did last year. So that's what's been going on. And I do look a lot better than this. I'm in rough shape, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It's been an interesting few months, and I've seen it all, folks. So let's get back to the mall walking. We're gonna finish up our mall walk here. I gotta pee too. I'm gonna have to. I'll do some more walking after I finish recording. I'll probably go shopping a little bit. Clear up my cotton out there. But I like this mall, man. I'm gonna have to come back to this mall because I really like it a lot. I like the vibe. I like how open it is. I like the vibe. This mall keeps it 100. I'm probably gonna have lunch here. That's what I'm gonna do. Gotta hit up the food court. But yeah, Fox Valley, Aurora, Illinois. I think we've seen like most of them all. I think there's a little bit on the other side I have yet to see. But in terms of the stores, your typical mall experience, definitely one of the better malls I've been to. And I've probably been to over 100 at this point. I got so many videos. It's ridiculous. And I don't know. I mean, that job of traveling, I probably traveled to 40 states last year. I was traveling sometimes 2 or 3 places a week. And I'm talking places, I'm talking I'm to 2 or 3 states. So this time last year, one of the things that definitely exacerbated and made the relationship end faster was the job was pushing me and pushing me and pushing me because people kept quitting and I kept getting the bump up. Now, I was getting the bump up in terms of bigger pickups and responsibility and stress levels, but I was definitely not getting any extra money. But that's okay. I kept doing my job. But this time last year, they had me going to Brooklyn, and then they had me going to, I can't remember where the second place was, and I ended up in Idaho. And it just was a meltdown. An absolute meltdown. And yeah, I told her, I'm not ever breaking up with you. If this ends, it's on, you're doing it. Because I knew, back to what we were talking about earlier, where it was like, okay, you're trying to make me break up with you. You're acting in a way like my job. They were turning up the heat. So I would quit the job. And I realized, I think one of the reasons they wanted me to quit was, well, look at this one nesting here, a little sleepy one. I realized one of the reasons they wanted me to quit was, if you quit, they don't have to pay unemployment. And I've never ever once gone for unemployment after a job. Well, first of all, I've never been, I don't think, fired. Maybe once or twice, but I've never had a cause to really, I think, go and get unemployment. But I realized these companies like Pizza Hut, they don't want to fire you. My supervisor will make it so he won't give you hours, and you know what I mean? Like, you will not, there's no incentive to keep working here when the hours are so much you cannot make any kind of livable income off of it. So, turning up the heat, slowly but surely, to get you to quit. Same thing with this relationship. Turn up the heat. Do the things that would piss me off. I think I fell off. I think I didn't treat myself well. I did all the wrong things in terms of what I learned in the Red Pill community. I've done everything by the book, classically wrong. It was a master class, right? It was what I needed. I think there was another guy. I think the classic move of there was another guy waiting. There was probably already another relationship, if not cheating. I realized, and I've done like so much Red Pill stuff over the past year. Women are worse than guys in a lot of ways with this stuff, way worse. It's shockingly. But the last one though, the woman in LA, I swear to God, I met a real angel. I've been praying for years to meet, if angels are real, Lord, please let me meet one. And I'm pretty sure, our time together, it was electric and magical. And who knows if that's it. But I am completely done as of now, though. I have lots of work to do, and I don't know if ever I will have any care about doing that I need to even be in a relationship. But we'll see if it's a divine design that I am in another one. So that's what's been going on, folks. We're still out here mall walking. I think I'm going to do the podcast again. I think there's going to be segments. I think it's going to be a formatted show, all, produced by me. But, that's one of the reasons why the content has suffered, I will admit. With the 2 women, so the first one that I moved to Wisconsin for, I changed or stopped what I was doing in a lot of ways because I knew I had the audience of her parents and the judgment, and they already hated me. They hated my politics, everything about me. And the podcast just, didn't help. So the content changed because of that. And then I meet this other one as I'm quitting Instagram altogether. I'm done. And I meet this unbelievable woman. Unbelievable. And I get off Instagram from July until December. So I'm gone for 5 months. And it was magical. And she liked me better when I wasn't online, which is another thing I've learned. Women, they're interested about the content, and I'm entertaining and funny But when they started dating me, they don't like they don't like that Instagram anymore. I don't know if it's jealousy or I don't know what it is, but they change. But the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 relationships definitely have come off Instagram. Like, I have not met anyone locally ever. This is a cool looking place. Catherine's place. That's my favorite name, by the way. Caitlin, Catherine. It means purity and clarity. So I'm always a Kate fan. Caitlin. But Catherine's place. Catherine is very regal. I like it. But yeah. This is Aurora. Aurora's nice. Everything I've seen of Aurora so far, I'm a fan. Chicago area has decent malls. I don't think I've seen a nasty, scary mall in Chicago yet. Now, I haven't done really too much deep Chicago mall walking. I've done all suburbs and outskirts. This is just a beautiful mall, though. So much wide open space in here. I love it. Banana pudding twist. Look at that. That is so nice. Such a nice mall. If you're a mall enthusiast and you want a chill, nice, unique mall experience, I like it. I like the geometry and the shapes, and I really like the lighting a lot. And it's not even a bright day. Tablet strollers. Look at that. Does it do anything? So anyway, mall walking. I need to be entertaining and funny instead of talking about my personal problems. They just gave up on this display. Minimalism. I like the blue dress though. Yep, so I'm strung out on heroin out here in the Midwest, folks. That's where we're at. And I am, I will be off of it in probably a month. I've begun the titration. You titrate. You slowly take a little bit less. And if you're good about it, if you're honest and you're true, and you have some self-discipline, titrating is the best way to do it. I don't have a week to be dope sick and be sweating and immobile and bedridden. I don't need train spotting. So don't get into 70H. Look at this, man. This is just the greatest mall in terms of wide open space. And now that I'm single again and I have nobody looking at the content that I care about, their expectations or judgment, I would imagine the content is going to get better again. And you'll see more of it too. Because that's the thing. I love that last girl. But man, when you talk to somebody 6 hours a day, it's impossible to get anything else done. So I've been enjoying my solitude. And when I first met her, I was like, I'm going to take a year off of women. I'm going to take a year off of online. And I've only taken about 6 months off total. So I'm thinking my year starts now. And, we'll give it January. So next year, I got a year off. Maybe. We'll see. If some woman hooks me into... If I get caught in some woman's web... Oh, Jordan. If I get caught in some woman's web again, just shoot me. Just shoot me. I have been eviscerated. But I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna scrub it off. I'm gonna dust it off. Look at the Michael Jordan fucking fit there. That's cool. Is it official though? That looks bootleg. I don't know, bro. It's athlete's foot though. It's not Buddy Boutique. Buddy, we have that Jordan too. Turtle Treasure, winner every time. Buddy, you will not make a mistake. You will always win, buddy. Oh, there's the kid stuff again. All right, we got one more tier One more level. And then we're done here. I didn't even see the damn, I think, oh, the food court's downstairs. Okay. The mall security has been very chill. Really, the mall security only cares when you're exploiting the dying mall situations. And this is obviously not a dying mall. There are no drip buckets. There's an elevator. I think I'm gonna take the stairs. I also cannot wait till it's spring so I can go running again. I know I can run in the cold or the snow or go to a gym, but I like running outside. And it's not even that it's cold, but it's slippery and gross and snowy. All right, this is the food court. So this is basically, we've reached the end here. I'll probably have some Chick-fil-A. They got a lot of options here though. I don't know if I see Chick-fil-A though. Let's see. Oh, there's other stuff down here too. It's not just a food court. I don't see a Chick-fil-A. No Chick-fil-A, bro. Oh, there's nothing really but to go up. Let's see what I'm gonna eat for lunch. Let's see. I need to go to the restroom too before I leave. We're not gonna do any more piss content though. Snacks, eat better, feel better. Yeah, I'm sure some M&Ms are gonna make me eat better and feel better. All right, let's figure out what we're gonna eat here. Well, anyway, folks, this is the mall. And I'm gonna put the camera down and figure out what I'm gonna eat, if I eat anything. I may not. But I'm gonna go back upstairs. But anyway, that's all for this mall walking. The security's looking at me, so I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you later. You are enlightened. Oh yeah, great mall. Great time here. Nothing, you know, we're here where we started. There you go, there's today's message. From Bruce Lee, do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Be like water, my friend. Or be like Babu in the mall, buddy. This mall must be pretty cool when it's like full of people. Especially like around Christmas time. This mall probably goes off, bro. But this is where we came in. The round one entrance. Yeah, I'm a fan of this mall. This is on my at least top 10. This is a top 10 mall. Illinois got some good malls, y'all. Midwest has some great malls. I mean, we got the Mall of America. I still haven't posted that video. I'm gonna go in Rally House. Or maybe not. I could drop a band in one of these stores, no problem. Maybe I need a giant inflatable Benny the Bull in my house. Maybe that's what I need. Let's go check it out. Okay, so I just found out it was $170 for an inflatable Benny the Bull. Not bad. I just want that Bulls merch. They got a lot of it. I'm always looking for like cool shorts to show off at work. Red and black. Oh, you got it. I like the pip in there. That's nice. Very cool. He thinks he's better than Michael Jordan now. If you watch his interviews, look at these Bulls hats. They got Wisconsin. Look at that. How nice of them. There you go. Yeah, cool store. There we go. Shorts, that's what I was looking for. Nice. All right, folks. Folklore Crafts, there you go. That's cool. Hot rags. Be back in 15 minutes. Look. What the fuck is that? I don't think... Did I come over here on this side? Yeah, this is the way I came in. I think I might go through round one for some sensory overload. I haven't stepped into any of these shoe stores because I know I will spend money if I do, and I don't want to do that. No, Mr. Referee. Your power is strong, but mine is stronger. Also, I'm burning up in here. I'm wearing a jacket. Rag stocks coming, which is basically like all these other stores we just saw. Retail is hard. I have friends that have been in retail as independent artists, and it's tough. The new Fox Valley. Well, there we go. We have seen it all now. I think I came in that way. Well, that's cool, man. Really cool mall. Thank you, security, for not being jackasses. Just a guy, mall walking at the fucking mall. Perfume Center and Chicago Bulls. Yeah, I've had enough. I didn't eat, by the way. I didn't feel like overpaying for food when I can eat for like less than $5 at home. Nothing too enticing. That's it. Maybe I'll go on round one real quick. Nah. It's a you've seen one, you've seen them all. But yeah, this is perfect. This is the way I came in. Alright, and now it's turned into a nicer day. Fox Valley Mall. Another mall walking. Another mall walking in the can. It's actually nice. Probably about 40. Well, with the wind blowing, with the wind chill, it's probably about 35 degrees, but in the sun it feels like about 50. That's it. That is it. The Fox Valley Mall. I might have to come back. Aurora. It's kind of it's a little bit out of my way, which is why this is my first time here. As the clock winds down on my potential time here, I'm just exploring. That's the benefit of being single with no kids. I've got money and time to do things. It would be nice sometimes to have someone to explore with, but I'm okay to be alone. You gotta be okay to be alone. I'm okay going to a restaurant and eating all by myself. There it is. One last look. It's such a nice vibe. There's certain malls where I don't want to leave, where I want to linger. This one has that energy. The one in Washington, which I haven't posted, the Arlington one, I've edited like 90% of that. It's another one that has that I don't want to leave vibe. Weird feeling. I've had deja vu and nostalgia at the same time being here. I almost want to turn back around and go back in, but there's no point. There I am, the Florida plate. All right, let's make sure my tires have air in them. Okay. Oh, I just hate to go. Well, thanks to the people that watch this all the way to the end. You truly are enlightened. We'll see you next time. You are enlightened. Thank you, Fox Valley Mall. Very cool, bro. Very cool. I like that mall. I'm a fan. 50-year. Congratulations, Fox Valley Mall. As always, thanks again. You are enlightened.